70 at 30 knots, holding steady at 15,000 feet. You are cleared for exfiltration over the drop zone.
You got this, buddy!
Okay, I have to be honest, if you know for a fact that you don't like Battle Royale games, this probably won't convince you otherwise. But if you're looking for a casual shooter to play with some of the best feeling gunplay on standalone VR, well, this game might be for you. Contractors Showdown brings everything you might love about Call of Duty Warzone into VR, and I mean pretty much everything. From the chaotic warm-up lobbies,
that wasn't it, buddy. You got one shot by the shot.
And the hilariously angry death comms.
Oh, oh, fucking that was straight in the head.
To more importantly, those fast-paced gunfights and that addictive gameplay loop.
Oh, I see him. There's three. Be careful.
If you were to tell me a year or two ago that there's now a 60-player battle royale with a 16 square kilometer map that looks this good running on a standalone VR headset, well, I wouldn't believe you. The closest thing we have to that would be Population 1, and no offense, but that's kind of like saying we have Fortnite at home. Alright, where are we dropping, boys? Sir Philippe, watch this. I'm mostly kidding. Population 1 is a great game, especially as a free alternative to this one. Did I get him? No way! We did it! But if you're looking for a much more realistic and immersive VR battle royale, you cannot go wrong with Contractors Showdown. People have been loving this game, and anyone who played during those open beta weekends knows that this game is something special.
Matt Serra, former UFC welterweight champion, is also a nerd.
So it's out. It's not even out yet. It's coming out at the end of the month. Contractors Showdown. Money! I love it. It's so much fun. Everybody gets brought in. You get scopes, you put it on. You get money, you could buy stuff, put it on. And you're taking these guys out, you're sniping them.
And this is all in virtual reality.
It's in virtual reality.
And unlike Asgard's Wrath 2, which I previously covered, this game definitely is not just being overhyped. Okay, maybe a little, but it definitely deserves most of that praise. Do you see someone? I don't see anyone on that tower, if that's what you're looking at. I do. I hit him. I killed him. I killed him. That's awesome. That was so far away. So in this video, I'm going to do my best to explain why this game manages to stand out despite competing against so many great VR shooters. Just so you know, this video is sponsored since Contractors Showdown launches today, but believe me, I would not have agreed to make this video if I didn't actually like the game and want to recommend it. I'm genuinely excited to be covering this because from what I've seen already, I think it has the potential to be a lasting success in the VR gaming space. And a lot of my reasoning for that comes down to one thing. You see, this is technically a sequel to the existing Contractors VR game, which was highly praised for its immersive yet functional weapon handling and its fast-paced gameplay. The guns in that game felt realistic yet not overly complex. The movement was comfortable but allowed for things like jumping and sliding, and the full-player bodies were probably my favorite part, but also optional if you didn't like them. So Contractors Showdown has the benefit of building off of this already solid foundation of VR mechanics, but where the original Contractors focused on small maps, instant action, and multiple game modes to choose from, this Battle Royale spin-off offers a lot less variety in exchange for a lot more depth. I don't know why I love this. It's like a movie, it's like a cinematic movie thing, but every time you aim your gun, there's like a little clicking sound like you're readying it, right? Ready? Listen. Right? It's just cool. It feels like you're locking in. It's like when stormtroopers in Star Wars aim their guns and there's just like a random...
Don't worry, the situation is under control.
Movement options have expanded, like the infinitely deployable parachute that makes traversing the map incredibly fun. The ability to vault into windows and over fences is also such a welcome addition. And my new favorite thing to do is slide every chance I get.
How do you do the slide thing?
You pull down on the right thumbstick while sprinting. What's awesome is that you can actually gain speed by sliding downhill. Here's a bit of a slope, right? It's going downhill. If we slide, whee, we'll just keep going down. Look at that, that's so fun. And there's also tons of zip lines throughout the map that help you get around more easily. Remember, this is a 16 square kilometer map, so it's great that these movement options are a fun way to rotate between locations and fights. Ooh, I love jumping off the plane and parachuting in this game. I'm a big fan of bringing flat screen games into VR and seeing what elements of the game are really enhanced by bringing this kind of game into VR. And I do think this is one of them. It's just fun. Like with most Battle Royale games, after that initial chaos of first landing or winning a fight, there's usually some downtime before you encounter more players. In my experience, a good Battle Royale gives you plenty of worthwhile things to do even when you're not fighting. So instead of running around an empty feeling map looking for players to fight, Contractors Showdown gives you plenty of side tasks and optional objectives that will help improve your odds of winning. The on-the-fly gun customization is so cool. Like, you just find a suppressor, throw it on. You find an ACOG, throw it on the deagle, and now you've got a little handheld sniper. This game does a great job of keeping you engaged throughout the match by providing worthwhile upgrades, like upgrading your backpack, modding your weapons with attachments, decrypting data chips, looting airdrops, using buy stations, or even just planning out your next move from hundreds of feet in the air. And while this satisfying gameplay is already enough to keep me coming back, I haven't even mentioned... Just a few weeks ago, I was raving about how I loved Veil VR's traditional feeling progression system because it gave you a worthwhile reason to keep playing match after match. Constantly ranking up and unlocking new guns to try out is an inherently fun loop, but since Contractors Showdown is a battle royale, you won't be unlocking new weapons for a loadout. Instead, you'll get different perks, avatars, weapon skins, charms, and currency for the endgame store. There's a genuinely impressive amount of cosmetic options in this game, my personal favorite being the different player characters, because it's so cool to see your entire body wearing a cool new outfit. I picked this because the brown gloves with the blue outfit for some reason reminds me of Captain America. So that's who I am when you meet me on the in the Warzone. The unlockable perks are really cool too. You get to choose a set amount before each match, and they provide bonuses like a longer sprint duration or even starting the match with extra cash. That one might be my favorite actually, because it means as soon as you find a decent gun, you can immediately buy extra ammo and attachments for it at a buy station.
Alright guys, I'm ready to go fight, dude. I got plenty of bullets.
I'm stacked.
There's one on the bridge, right next to us.
Hit him for 108.
I'm pushing.
I'll go with you.
Oh, he's low.
Oh, somewhere else.
Can we run? Because you guys are gonna get shot from the side. Yep.
Oh, I got knocked.
There it is.
And whether you prefer instantly running towards the sound of gunshots or being resourceful in acquiring the perfect loadout before fighting, those perks offer a way for you to dial in your ideal playstyle. Something that really adds to that freedom of choice is the contract system. Contracts are missions you can accept to earn XP, currency, or data chips, which are basically loot boxes. But what's nice about this system is that there are a lot of options to choose from. Oh, we completed a contract. Let me get some credits. And let's pick up a new contract. Instead of requiring you to complete specific challenges in a specific order, you can literally just pick the contracts that sound fun to do. If you're looking to level up fast, pick the easy ones that you can kind of do without thinking. Deal 200 damage in a single match, that's easy. And if you're looking for more of a challenge, pick the ones that involve using specific weapons or getting a certain number of kills. Eliminate 2 players. All right, that's the goal. Let's do it. When I first started playing the game, I avoided the contracts that required me to get multiple kills in a game just because I wasn't very good at getting kills yet, and I just loved having that choice. I can set my own goals and play how I want to play while still making progress. Eventually I did get better and started taking those more risky contracts. But no matter which way you decide to play, progress isn't really slow. I feel like I unlock a new skin pretty much every other game, which keeps it exciting. And there's even different looks that you can get for your ultra handy data pad that you're always using. Oh wait, I haven't talked about that yet. I should probably mention... I'm sure you can tell from the footage, but there's quite a lot happening on screen at any given time. Like, the amount of text that pops up on the screen is kind of crazy for a VR game. At times it feels like they just took the Warzone UI and slapped it onto your peripheral vision, and while it doesn't take that long to get used to, I feel like it definitely could use some refining. There are some great immersive elements, like the ammo count appearing when you pull out a magazine, or using your datapad like a laser pointer to ping locations or call airstrikes. Those are pretty immersive ways to communicate necessary information to the player. However, the majority of it is presented through floating text boxes that follow your horizontal head movements. Some things I'd suggest to help replace some of these vision cluttering UI elements. One, an in-world announcement of the circle moving so that you don't get that pop-up. I'm thinking something kind of like how in Mannequin, another VR game I covered recently, the screens in the environment show the match timer. Number 2, maybe replace this element with a watch on your wrist for health and armor. Ghost of Tabor does this well because your wrist is usually in your peripheral vision anyways. Number 3, at least add options to toggle specific UI elements on or off, because personally I almost never find myself needing to look at the kill feed, but right now it's always in my view. I'd also love to be able to disable that deploy parachute text that appears every single time I jump off of something. Besides those heads-up display complaints, I'd also love if they fixed the very noticeable texture pop-in, especially on weapons and items. I also need to point out an audio glitch that happens every time you load into the plane. You can just hear every single player's mic at the same time. I think this is happening because the game does have proximity voice chat, which is awesome, but they probably need to disable it until players leave the plane. And my last complaint is just that the storm circle looks lame. Oh, there's the storm. The storm... There's just a blue wall. Right now, it's just a transparent blue wall that damages you when you're inside of it, but I'd love to actually be running from something that feels dangerous, like gas or fire or lightning or a swarm of bees. I don't know, just something.
I'm in the middle of the swarm.
Aside from those small nitpicks, this game does an amazing job of balancing that immersive fun factor with functionally deep gameplay. I'm not gonna lie, it's been such a struggle having to edit through all this footage when all I want to do is hop back in. Luckily for any of you watching this video right now, which is all of you, Contractors Showdown is officially available for $20 on the Quest 2, 3, and Pro, and of course Steam, which is awesome. This game looks even better on PC. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this game, this video, or the channel as a whole. After all, I do all this just to help you get excited about VR, so let me know how I can do better. Thanks to my virtual bros on Patreon for supporting this channel. You can join today to influence what videos I make and to have your name appear in the credits of every video, like these awesome people here. Thank you guys. Finally, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as it really helps me out. I'm Virtual Bro, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe one of those. You could pick either one of those videos. Like, I think YouTube automatically recommends those, so it's like you're guaranteed to like it, right? You might as well click on one